Because when you fall into that trap, you start blaming everybody else but you. So remember this, अपने दिमाग की सुनो और खुद करो, और अगर अलग कर सकते हो कुछ तो अलग करो.
I've been drinking all night, just excuse me, I don't know what I'm saying. All these bitches, I don't know who I'm slaying. I just swing it, I don't know where I'm staying.
So 3 साल पहले, 3 years ago, I was researching to buy a new car, a new vehicle. And like any normal person that does in India, I started doing my research. I started to shortlist the possible cars that I would buy. And I pinned my choice at the car that I'm sitting right now, which is Isuzu V-Cross. Now, 3 years ago in 2017, there was no culture of pickup trucks in India. It was not the most popular choice. And when I started talking about this proposition in my family, in front of my sisters and in front of my mother, I instantly got a lot of opposition. I realized that they are opposing it so much because it was not the most popular choice. But I stood by what I chose, and I decided to buy this car. When I bought it, the first 2-3 months, there was an insane amount of attention that this car got, both good and bad. A lot of people in my immediate circle tried to give me gyan how I made a terrible choice, of how it is not the most practical car. ये बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी है, बहुत ज़्यादा फ्यूल पीती है, इसको चलाएगा कहाँ पे, क्या करेगा, कैसे करेगा. But it started to get to me a little, but at the same time I realized that I made the right choice. Now 3 years now, in hindsight, I have done more than 1,20,000 kilometers on this car. I practically slept in this car. I have driven to Bhutan. I done almost all big cities in India by road. I am a driving fanatic. But what I realized from this incident is that people have a huge problem when you don't do what they want you to do. When you don't choose the most popular thing, the most normal thing. हर इंसान को बहुत ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती है. भारत के अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा क्या होता है, फ्री ज्ञान की भरमार है. हर इंसान आपको बहुत ज्यादा ज्ञान देने की कोशिश करेगा. आप किसी से बात करना शुरू कर दो, आप उसको अपनी लाइफ की कुछ भी दिक्कत बता दो या कुछ भी ओपिनियन लेने की कोशिश करो, हर इंसान आपको बताएगा ये ठीक नहीं, दूसरी चीज ठीक है. जो भी एक मेजॉरिटेरियन बिलीफ है उसमें हर कोई बिलीव करता है, और वही एक सेफ चॉइस लेने की है. जब भी आप भीड़ से हटके कोई काम को करने की कोशिश करते हैं, यू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ ऑपोजिशन, यू आर क्रिटिसाइज्ड, you are demotivated, and you are possibly told that it is the worst thing that you can do. But remember one thing, that जब भी आप वो कोई अलग चीज करते हैं, firstly you are proud of the choice. You need to be proud of the choice that you have done because it is your own decision. You don't have anybody else to blame. जब भी आप किसी और के कहने या सुनने के ऊपर कोई काम को करते हैं, तो you have somebody to blame, or you have somebody to think about if that decision is not the right decision. But अगर कोई भी चीज आप अपनी सोच से, अपने विवेक से, अपने मस्तिष्क से उस चॉइस को लेते हैं, firstly you have nobody to blame. That's number 1. Number 2, अगर वो चॉइस एक बहुत ही पॉपुलर चॉइस नहीं है, तो उससे 2 आउटकम्स इमर्ज होते हैं. पहला आउटकम क्या इमर्ज होता है कि आप फेल हो सकते हैं. अगर आप फेल होंगे, you will still learn a lot of things, because in that process you will discover that how those things should or should not have been done, how that decision can be a good decision. अगर आप सक्सेसफुल होते हैं, what you will discover and what you will realize that now almost everybody will start appreciating you a lot because you were the first person who did this thing, or you did something which nobody thought or decided to do. Now there is a lot of positivity, and there is a lot of good things that happen with you when you decide to do things which a lot of people not do. There are tons of examples in business, there are tons of examples in sports, in politics, where when people decided not to take the normal path and they decided to take a path which was extremely unpopular, या फिर जो कोई ऐसा path जो बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों ने नहीं लिया था, they did not have a blueprint and they did not have anything to look forward to. But when they got successful, they realized that they inspired thousands of more people because they were the first person to do that. Now, there is this very famous athlete by the name of Roger Bannister. Now, Roger Bannister in 1930s attempted that he will run 1 mile under 4 minutes. And it was considered impossible scientifically that you can't run a mile under 4 minutes. And everybody thought that what he is trying to attempt is not possible, it can't be done. And when he attempted it, at least in the 3, 4, 5 attempts, he couldn't do it. But the moment he broke that record, it was not brilliant what he did, but post that at least 30 people ran 1 mile under 4 minutes. So at the time when he was trying to attempt to run a mile under 4 minutes, he got a lot of flack. There was a lot of criticism that ran his way, but he believed in himself and he kept at it. So दुनिया जो है हमेशा आपको बहुत ज्यादा ज्ञान देने की कोशिश करेगी, and they will try to pull you in a direction where you should do things the way they think is right. And I spoke this in my previous video also about conformity, about things that which are popular. But what you need to realize is that आपने वही चीज करनी है जो आपको आपके हिसाब से वो सही चीज है, even though वो पहले कभी की नहीं गई हो. In business, in technology, in business you can realize that अगर आपके पास एक ऐसा idea है, if you solve a problem which hasn't been solved before, there are a lot of people who will tell you that you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. But if you continue at that path, you can gain insane amount of success. There are enough examples like Uber, like Airbnbs, and there are tons of businesses like Oyo even, where they did things which other people thought are almost impossible, and they are not the most popular belief. And they continued at it, and they decided to back themselves. And in hindsight, they proved to be right. So फेलियर से डरना नहीं है. बहुत बार ऐसा होगा कि आपकी जो पॉपुलर चॉइस, जो आपने अनपॉपुलर चॉइस ली, उससे आप फेल भी होंगे. बट रिमेंबर, वो हर फेलियर आपको ऐसी हजारों चीजें सिखा देगा जो जब आपने अगर कोई पॉपुलर चॉइस ली होती जो आपको नहीं सिखाती. सो रिमेंबर दिस, दैट इट इज ओके टू स्टैंड आउट इन द क्राउड, एंड इट इज ओके टू डू थिंग्स व्हिच अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट डू. Go buy that car, go buy that car. If you want to follow your passion, go follow your passion. If you want to be a videographer, go be a videographer. If you want to be a blogger, go be a blogger. If you want to be a chef, go be a chef. If you want to be an engineer, better be a good engineer. Otherwise, don't be an engineer. If you want to do anything of which you want to go marry that girl, go marry that girl. Don't fall into the trap of other people's opinion so that they tell you to live a life which you don't want to live. Because when you follow that trap, when you fall into that trap, you start blaming everybody else but you. So remember this, अपने दिमाग की सुनो और खुद करो, और अगर अलग कर सकते हो कुछ तो अलग करो, क्योंकि उसके अंदर जो एक्सपोनेंशियल गेन होएगा वो आपको इंक्रीमेंटल गेन और जो मार्जिनल गेन कहीं और मिलेगा उससे कहीं ज्यादा होएगा. Yes, it will be a lot of risk. Yes, you will face a lot of criticism. But remember, when you get that success, when you get all the freebies that you always wanted to get, there is no better happiness in that. And the best part is you are living a life that you want to live, and it was your choice and not somebody else's choice. Guys, kindly like this channel, subscribe to this channel, and let me know in the comment section if there is anything that you are scared about, because the world thinks that you shouldn't do this.
Winging, I don't know where I'm staying. Yeah, I've been drinking all night. Please come get me. I just set my location. Off a beat, it's gonna be so hard to wake 'em. Tuck the weed.